Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're gonna talk about mainly crusher uptimes. So this is like a really easy task to do, and after watching this video and after some practice, like I guarantee you 95 plus on pretty much every boss. Well, that doesn't prevent you from attacking it, that is. So there are several ways to get proper crusher uptime, and we're gonna go through it, all of them. So the things you need to know are, first of all, you need a destro stuff. It doesn't matter lightning, ice, flame, I don't care. Get a destro stuff and have blockade. Okay, that is important because that is one of the ways we can get high crusher uptime. It really helps, and you'll see why. The other thing is your weapon has to be infused. Well, that is, I think, goes without saying anyway, but still, have an infused weapon. The other thing you need to know is when someone says Crusher has 10 seconds cooldown, this is not true. Crusher has a 9-second cooldown, and the infused weapon, as you see, reduces the cooldown by 50%. It makes it 4.5. Okay, that means just infused weapon will be enough to get 100% uptime on Crusher enchant. Now I will show you how. The first way we'll follow is alternating between two skills. This requires no light attacks, no heavy attacks. You can just sit there, block, and get 100 easily. Now, the thing is, if you do not use Heroic Slash for some reason, well, you should use it, because this kinda requires you to have these two skills. Well, it doesn't, but anyway, you'll see. So these two skills can proc your weapon enchantment, but other weapon skills, these three, they do not. Okay, so you have to actually hit with your sword to the enemy to make your enchant proc. Well, except few things, we'll get to that. Your light attacks can proc your Crusher, your heavy attacks can proc your Crusher, your Pierce Armor, Heroic Slash can proc your Crusher, and there's one more thing, which is Blockade. We will get to that later. So the most basic thing you should do is alternating between Pierce Armor and Heroic Slash every 4.5 seconds. Now I'm gonna show you how. We start with Pierce Armor, and you see here the Crusher is going down. I will apply it before it goes away, like this. Okay. Now as you see, it's not going down. I apply it before it goes down. Okay. Like this. It's very easy to do, and yeah, you get my point. Now, if the combat matrix doesn't bug on me, we will see 100 on the Crusher. There you go. Okay? Very easy to do. Requires absolutely no skill at all. Just some practice to get that half a second timing. Now, you can do this on every boss. Okay? You can do this on literally every boss. As long as you're melee, just do this and you will get 100. There's absolutely no reason to not get below 95 on a stable boss. Another way is literally just light attack spamming, because as I said, light attacks do proc Crusher, we might have a slight downtime there because, as you say, we just got a small downtime. The reason is you do not time your light attacks because you spam them, right? But if you do time them, it will be better. I think we will get we got a slight downtime there. Anyway, so if you time your attacks, it's all about timing. If you just brainlessly spam light attacks or heavy attacks or your skills, you will get low uptime, okay? Like, it will have a downtime, and you don't want to have that. Let's see. The other thing is blockade. Now, when you have this skill, okay, this thing procs the enchants that deal damage to the enemy or debuff it. Okay, it doesn't proc the enchants that affect you. Okay, that's the important thing you need to know. When we put this down, we will proc weakening. See up there, that is weakening. When I switch to my front bar, it procs the crusher. Why? Because this skill procs the enchant of the weapon you are holding. So that means you can proc the enchants on your front bar by using blockade from the back bar. Okay? Now, why is this important? This is important because if you need to go away from the boss, if you need to kite something, if you are getting stunned, you have to keep this up. For example, in Assembly General, let's say, the punch, right? It just punches you back, and you have nothing to do about it. You can't dodge it. You can't prevent the knockback. There's nothing to do. What will you do when he throws you back? What you do is, as you know, the animation is pretty long, so you have a lot of time to prepare for it. So I just put my blockade down just before the punch and switch to my front bar, block the attack, and while I'm flying back, as you see, it doesn't matter how far I am. I can go all the way here and it will still proc the crusher. As you see, you can see it in the in-game tracker as well. Okay, that's why having a stuff on the back bar is important for tanks, that is. So to show you how it actually looks like in actual combat, for example, this lightning storm attack, we go to the yellow circles, right? Well, it doesn't matter, because when you have a lightning stuff or any destro stuff with blockade, you will get this. Okay, the way I showed you, you will get this number. Okay, so again, this one is a very stable boss. For example, as you said, I'm not even using blockade here, just alternating between pierce armor and heroic slash. There you go, 100%. Okay, very easy to do, extremely easy to get these numbers. Just do it the way I tell you, and you will get insane amount of crusher on every single boss. So that's basically it. So if you have any questions, just let me know. There are some specific fights that will require you to play smarter with your blockade. So those you have to figure out yourself, but like one example I can give you is on Rocket, for example, if you want to get like 98, 99, something like that, you have to keep alternating between Pierce Armor and Heroic Slash, but also you want to break free of the stun to apply the debuffs. But sometimes the Hulk goes in front of the Rocket, and the blockade will apply to the Hulk. If you are completely depending on blockade, I highly suggest stopping that. The reason is the blockade applies the crusher to the closest enemy from you. Okay, that means let's say your off tank is interrupting the Hulk towards you, and you interrupt the Hulk away from you. Sometimes, not all the time, Hulk will go in front of you, and Hulk will be closer, and the crusher will go on the Hulk, which is something you don't want to have. Things like this, like the foundation stone attack. I was getting like when I used to fully depend on lightning blockades to keep my crusher up, I was getting like 80% crusher. Then I watched one of my recordings and saw that there's a small ad in front of me between boss and I, and that ad was taking the crusher. It wasn't going to the boss. That's when I started using this alternating strat to get my crusher up. Now I get much higher uptimes on every boss. It's so much easier to play. So I have a basic rotation between Pierce Armor and Hero Slash. What I do in between is completely up to me. It is completely up to me. Whatever is necessary, I do it in between. So yeah. Oh yeah, I was talking about some specific fights. For example, while swapping platforms in Rakat fight, you have to place your blockade in such a way that will not hit the Hulk or any of the ads, but it will hit the Rakat. So you're waiting on the other platform and your blockade is still ticking on Rakat, and you're on your front bar. Even you're on one platform, you can apply crusher to the boss on the other platform. Okay, so that's how you do it. Place your blockade correctly in a way that will not hit any other target, only Rakat. This applies to pretty much every boss. Place your blockade correctly in a way that will apply crusher to the target you want. Okay, and another thing, this is actually really important. Do not depend on blockade in trash fights for your crusher uptime. The reason is, I realized this in Malflorkai. In trash fights, there are these small, like really weak cats, Khajiits. And when I put down blockade, my crusher was going to them instead. But the target I want to put crusher is the archers, the two-hander, the sun eaters, things like that. So yeah, you get my point. Don't start the combat with blockade. Make sure every small thing is dead, then start putting blockade. Like don't I know the blockade is a big DPS boost, especially for stamina players, because of balance and everything. But still, putting pressure on the enemy that your team is actually focusing on is more important than off balance. Okay, that's really important. So prioritize the target. Just alternate between Pierce Armor and Hero Slash every 4.5 seconds, and do whatever you want in between. That's how you get a lot of uptimes on Crusher. Okay, that's basically it. Yeah, if you have any more questions, leave a comment below. You can whisper me. Sorry about that. You can whisper me in game, or you can just whisper me through Discord. That's all, I think. Yeah. Thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Take care.